Have you ever wondered why there's so many people graduating from school and they're lost, they don't know where to go? Have you ever wondered why some people who just aren't very bright earn millions of dollars and others who are absolutely brilliant are broke? Do you know that question has run around my mind for over 50 years? It's something called paradigms. Joe Barker wrote a book on it back around 1990. It was an excellent book. And you know, paradigms literally are controlling our life. We can go right through our educational system and learn absolutely nothing about them. It's that little voice within that's controlling you, and it's controlling me. You see, paradigms are nothing but a multitude of habits that are lodged in our subconscious mind. School teaches us nothing about how to change the paradigm. And yet we have people graduating from school with an abundance of knowledge, and they're not going anywhere. You see, the knowledge they've gathered does not equate to the results that they're getting. They're really bright, but the results would indicate they're not very bright at all. Well, you and I have been conditioned. We've been conditioned genetically. That's why we look like our relatives. And then we're conditioned environmentally. Think of this for a moment. A baby that is born in the suburbs of New York, if it was taken to Beijing and put in a home there, that baby would grow up fluent in Chinese, absolutely no knowledge of the English language. The same, of course, if you took the baby from Beijing to New York, the baby would grow up in English. Why? Because we're programmed with the language that we're surrounded by. But we're also programmed with the lifestyle that we're surrounded by. Now think of this for a few moments. Do you know that almost all welfare recipients are third, fourth, fifth generation welfare recipients? People going nowhere, generation after generation. In prisons, do you know that almost all people that leave prisons go right back into prison? The recidivism rate is up around 85 or 90%. 3% of our population earn 97% of all the money that's being earned. Do you know, if you stop and ask yourself, why? How is this happening? There's answers. I began asking those questions a long time ago. See, when I was 26, I was earning $4,000 a year. A couple of years later, I was earning over $1 million. I had no formal education, no business experience. The change was so dramatic, I wasn't satisfied with enjoying it. I wanted to know why. Because I grew up with the idea that you probably grew up with. If you're going to earn a lot of money, you've got to be really smart. But you see, I was earning a lot of money and I knew I wasn't very smart. The idea is if you're going to build a business, you have to have a good formal education. I had 2 months high school, but I had a business that was operating in Toronto, Montreal, Boston, Cleveland, Atlanta, London, England. I had to know why, what happened. Now, what actually happened was I changed my paradigm, I changed my subconscious conditioning, and I didn't know what I had done. And I'll tell you what I found. I have worked for some of the largest companies in the world. I've gone in, I watched their sales go up by hundreds of millions of dollars just teaching people how to change a couple of habits in their life, because that's what a paradigm is. A paradigm is a multitude of habits that are lodged in our subconscious mind. Our conscious mind is where our intellect is resident, and that's what school, our parents, our guardians are always having us work on, teaching us to develop our intellect. But that isn't the part that controls our behavior. The part that controls the behavior of this thing, that moves us into action, is our subconscious mind. And that's where the paradigm is. That's where the ideas are all locked up. I think William James from Harvard put it very well way back around 1900. He says you must deposit the idea in the treasury of your subconscious mind. Well, unfortunately, that's what happened to us. A lot of false beliefs were deposited in the treasury of our subconscious mind. I want to suggest you ask yourself, what do I believe? Take your pen and write down some of your most cherished beliefs and then ask yourself, why do I believe that? And you know something? You probably haven't got a foundation for believing it. You inherited that belief. You didn't originate it, you inherited it. It's part of the paradigm. Paradigm is culture. Culture is nothing but group habit. And group habit is right back to a paradigm again. Do you know, I travel all over the world. I go into all kinds of what I would refer to as foreign countries. When they come to our country, it's a foreign country. And you know something? Although people look different, they sound different, they dress different, they may eat different foods. When you get past the culture, people are essentially the same. We're spiritual beings have an intellect, and we live in a physical body. But the paradigm is controlling us. You see, the statistics that I referred to, the 97%, that's just as true in one side of the world as it is on the other. But you know something? You and I have the ability, just like that, to decide, I'm going to be in that 3% group. Now, how do I do it? That's where the paradigm has to be changed. And when you do that, you change your life. Do you know, inscribed over the Ark of Apollo at Delphi for the last 2,000 years are two words: know thyself. Hardly anybody really understands himself. Beyond their name, their age, their gender, they really don't know too much about themselves. As we start to dig inside, we'll start to see that there's a program in our mind that's literally controlling our life. And if you study the lives of most people, it doesn't change too much one year to the next. But you know something? It can change just like that, by changing the paradigm. That's what you really want to understand. Understand it's a multitude of habits in your subconscious mind. See, as a little child, I was asked, Bob, why are you doing that? And I say, I don't know. They say, what do you mean you don't know? You know better. I know. Why are you doing it? I don't know. The school, the teachers, Bob, why'd you do that? I don't know. They say, you know better. I know. Why are you doing that? I don't know. I went into the Canadian Navy. Every commanding officer, why? You see, I didn't know why I was doing things. I was doing things I didn't want to do. It was giving me results I didn't want to get, and yet I would do them anyway. That's a paradigm. Everybody's playing the same game. You owe it to yourself to gain an understanding of this magic word. Understand that there's a program inside of you that's literally controlling your behavior and producing your results. And you have the ability to write a new program. That's right. And when you write your own paradigm, that's when you start to take control of your life. And that is the way it was designed. You are designed to control your own life, to live the way you want to live, do the things you want to do with the people you want to do them with. It's a great way to live. You got to get to know yourself first. In this next exercise, I'm going to lead you inside yourself to that core of perfection within you and show you how to overcome, go past, go around, get over that old paradigm so that you are free of being controlled by someone else's ideas.